Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We have a developing story shaking the foundations of Asian tennis today, a narrative so compelling, so fraught with tension and competitive fire, that it has reportedly sent shockwaves through the tennis communities in both Beijing and Manila. The headline is simple, but the implications are massive. All of China is watching. The entire Philippines is waiting. We are looking at a potential collision course that could define the early 2026 season. We have received confirmation that world number 43, the formidable Wang Xinyu, is not just eyeing a return to competition. She is confirmed for the inaugural Philippine Women's Open. But that is not the shock. The shock, the headline that has fans on the edge of their seats, is the looming possibility, the very real mathematical probability, of an immediate, high-stakes rematch against the Philippines' own tennis prodigy, Alexandra Eala, on her home soil. Think about the timing. Think about the context. Just days ago, in the semifinals of the ASB Classic in Auckland, these two warriors engaged in what pundits are already calling one of the matches of the year, a 3-hour marathon, a battle of attrition, a match where Alex Eala, the rising star breaking into the top 50, held a match point against the Chinese powerhouse. Wang Xinyu survived that day. She survived by the skin of her teeth, clawing back from a brink of defeat to win 5-7, 7-5, 6-4. It was a heartbreak for Eala, but a masterful escape for Wang. And now, the script writers of the tennis gods might be giving us the sequel sooner than anyone expected. The news coming out of the WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open is that Wang is locked in. Eala holds a wild card. If the stars align, specifically, depending on their results at the Australian Open, we are looking at a showdown at the Rivalry Memorial Tennis Center that isn't just a tennis match. It is a redemption arc. It is a grudge match. It is the world number 43 walking into the lion's den to face a home favorite who knows, she knows. She had her beat just 2 weeks ago. Why is China shocked? Because usually, when a top-tier player narrowly escapes an upset against a rising youngster, they want distance. They want to move on. They don't want to fly into that youngster's backyard, in front of a raucous, partisan home crowd, to play them again while the tactical wounds are still fresh. But that is exactly what might happen. This is the story of the Auckland aftermath. This is the story of the Manila collision. This is a deep dive into Alexandra Eala versus Wang Xinyu, and why this potential matchup is the most dangerous game on the 2026 calendar. Let's peel back the layers of this story, because to understand the gravity of this news, you have to understand exactly what happened in Auckland on January 10th. This wasn't a standard straight sets victory for the favorite. This was a psychological war. Alex Eala, fresh off her historic rise into the WTA Top 50, landing at a career-high number 49, came into that semifinal with a level of aggression we haven't consistently seen. She wasn't just rallying, she was dictating. Against Wang Xinyu, a player known for her heavy hitting and flat ground strokes, Eala used her lefty spin to disrupt the rhythm. That first set, winning at 7-5, was a masterclass in composure. But it was the second set that defines the current tension. Eala had the match on her racket. She had match point. That singular moment where the upset was signed, sealed, and ready to be delivered. And this is where we have to give credit to Wang Xinyu. The resilience she showed to save that match point, to refuse to miss, and to eventually break Eala's heart in the third set, speaks to why she is ranked 43rd in the world. It speaks to her experience. But here's the crucial detail. Wang admitted in her post-match interview that it was a crazy battle. She admitted she felt the pressure. She knows, deep down, that Eala has the code to decipher her game. Now, fast forward to the present. The Philippine Women's Open. This is historic in its own right. The first ever WTA 125 event hosted in the Philippines. The venue, the Rivalry Memorial Tennis Center, is going to be electric. For years, Filipino fans have clamored for high-level women's tennis. Now they have it. And who is the headline name flying in? Wang Xinyu. From a management perspective, sending Wang to Manila is a bold move. It signals confidence. But looking at the entry list, with names like Tatiana Maria and Donna Vekic also floating in the mix, Wang is the target. She is the one with the target on her back. And the one player in that draw who has the most motivation to take her down is Alexandra Eala. The shock mentioned in our headline stems from the Chinese tennis media's reaction to the draw potential. They saw how much Wang struggled with Eala's topspin forehand in New Zealand. They saw Eala moving Wang side to side, exposing her movement on the hard court. The fear is that in Manila, with the humidity, with the slower hard courts of Rizal Memorial compared to the slick courts of Auckland, Eala's heavy topspin is going to be even more effective. It's going to jump higher. It's going to push Wang further back. And let's talk about the home court advantage. In tennis, we often downplay the crowd compared to team sports like football or basketball. But the Filipino crowd? That is a different beast. We saw glimpses of it in the Southeast Asian Games. We saw it when Eala won the U.S. Open Juniors. If Wang Xinyu steps onto center court in Manila against Alexandra Eala, she is not just playing an opponent. She is playing against a wall of sound. Every unforced error by Wang will be cheered. Every winner by Eala will be deafening. For a player like Wang, who relies on rhythm and timing, that hostile environment can tighten the arm. It can lead to those split-second hesitations that cause double faults. We also need to analyze the technical matchup. In Auckland, Eala proved she could absorb Wang's pace. Wang hits a very flat, penetrating ball. Eala, as a lefty, naturally hits with more shape. The cross-court exchange, Eala's forehand to Wang's backhand, was where the damage was done. Eala was able to pull Wang off the court, opening up the line. In the weeks since that loss, you have to imagine Eala's team at the Rafa Nadal Academy has been reviewing the tape. They know they lost that match on execution, not on talent. The strategy for the rematch will be simple. Attack the second serve. In the Auckland stats, Wang's second serve when percentage dipped under pressure. Eala had looks. If they meet in Manila, expect Eala to step inside the baseline on those second serves. She has nothing to lose. She's the underdog by ranking, but the favorite by location. However, there is a variable we must address: the Australian Open. Both players are slated for the main draw in Melbourne. This Manila rematch is contingent on their schedules. If Wang or Eala makes a deep second-week run in Melbourne, they may withdraw from the Philippine Open to recover. But let's be realistic. The Philippine Open is strategically placed to capture those players who maybe exit in the first or second round of the Slam. It offers valuable ranking points and match toughness. For Eala, specifically, playing at home is a career milestone she likely won't skip unless physically injured. The narrative arc here is perfect. You have the established star, Wang Xinyu, who narrowly escaped the young challenger. You have a challenger, Eala, hungry for revenge, inviting the star to her fortress. It's the classic trap game. And that is why the Chinese forums and analysts are buzzing. They are worried that Wang Xinyu is walking into an ambush. They are worried that a loss to Eala in Manila, right after the struggle in Auckland, could signal a shift in the hierarchy of Asian tennis. We are watching a rivalry blossom in real time. Eala is no longer the junior player happy to be there. She is a top 50 contender. She is demanding respect. And Wang Xinyu, to her credit, is accepting the challenge. She isn't hiding. She's coming to Manila. So where does this leave us? We are standing on the precipice of what could be the defining rivalry of Asian women's tennis for the next half-decade. The chess pieces are moving. The Australian Open will serve as a prelude, the opening act. But all eyes are drifting toward that final week of January in Manila. I want you to consider the mental fortitude required for Alexandra Eala right now. She is 20 years old. She just broke the top 50. She suffered a gut-wrenching loss where she was 1 point away from a final. And now, she has to compartmentalize that, focus on a Grand Slam, all while knowing that her homecoming party might involve a rematch with the very woman who denied her that title in Auckland. That is a heavy burden. But it is also a massive opportunity. Diamonds are made under pressure, and Alexandra Eala is being pressurized right now. And for Wang Xinyu, the stakes are equally high. She is the higher-ranked player. She is the veteran in this scenario. If she goes to Manila and beats Eala again on Eala's home court, she silences the doubters. She proves that Auckland wasn't luck. It was superiority. She asserts her dominance over the region. But if she loses, if she flies all the way to the Philippines only to fall to the local hero? That is a psychological blow that lingers. This is why we love this sport. It's not just hitting a fuzzy yellow ball over a net. It is narrative. It is geography. It is redemption. The Philippine Women's Open has gone from a nice new tournament to must-watch TV simply because of this storyline. We will be tracking the Australian Open results closely, specifically looking at the draw to see when Wang and Eala might be free to travel to Manila. We will be monitoring the wild cards and the withdrawals. But make no mistake, if the draw comes out of Manila and Eala and Wang are on opposite sides, or God forbid, in the same quarter, get your popcorn ready. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Do you think Wang Xinyu is making a mistake playing in Manila so soon after Auckland? Is it a trap? And for the Filipino fans, do you think Alex Eala has adjusted her game enough to close out the match this time? Can the home crowd carry her over the line? The shocking news isn't just a tournament entry. It's the bravery of the scheduling. It's the refusal to back down. It is pure competition. As always, keep your eyes on the ball and keep it locked right here. We will have full coverage of the Australian Open and extensive play-by-play breakdowns of the Philippine Open as soon as the first ball is struck. This is a developing story, and the next chapter is about to be written. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the update when the official draw is released. Until next time,